Hey Crestwood, happy last day of July to you. Can't believe it is July 31st, which means August starts tomorrow, and back to school and fall activities and all that brings with it. Can't believe that summer is almost over. Hope you've had a good one and hope you've had a good week so far. I'm honored to bring you this devotional for this July 31st. Love when the Olympics are going on. So much to celebrate about what that symbolizes, about people from all countries, all races coming together, competing, people supporting each other. I love like the USA basketball team. You got guys who just absolutely try to destroy each other during the NBA regular season are now teammates and learning to work together. I love seeing the camaraderie. I love the spirit of community. I love the celebration of the diversity of God's kingdom that comes together for the Olympics. And so far, Paris has just been phenomenal for that, which makes me sad that one of the defining memories of this Olympics will be the outrage expressed by some Christians over a depiction of whatever people interpret it to be, a depiction of the Last Supper, a depiction of a painting of a Bacchanalia festival with Dionysus, a runway with 16 people, a table with 12 people. The beauty of art it is up to be interpreted by the beholder, and some people, Christians especially, have chosen to interpret that scene in a way that offended them, in a way that they thought Christianity was being mocked or made fun of. And I'm sure the presence of drag queens in that certainly contributed to that, which is ironic because I think that's exactly the kind of people Jesus would have welcomed to that table, but that's neither here nor there. What saddens me is that outrage is what's defining people's memory of these Olympics. It's defining the attitude with which they approach it. I mean, the stuff online is just out of control about, no, it was just a painting. No, it's an attack on Christianity. All this stuff, all the furor and outrage and offense that this has generated. My take is, look, there is a lot to be offended about in this world, right? If I'm offended, it should be something that's personal to me. If someone insults my family, I'm offended. If someone calls me name or denigrates my character, I'm offended. If someone hurts my feelings and doesn't apologize, I'm offended by those things. Those things personally offend me. The interpretation of an artistic expression during the opening ceremonies of the Olympic Games, that to me doesn't seem to be worthy of offense or outrage. Look, you want to be outraged about something? Be outraged about the number of people in this country who are homeless. Be outraged by the kids who go to bed hungry every night. Be outraged by the incredible inequity and racism that exists in our country. There are plenty of things to be outraged about. To be outraged about what happened during the opening ceremony, I would have to wonder if even Jesus would be shaking our heads at us about that. He's like, really? That's what you're choosing to get mad about when you see all this other stuff going on in the midst of this great event that brings us all together? When you saw that image, whether you watched it live or saw it online, you had the choice of how you interpreted that. You either interpreted that in a way that offended you, or you interpreted that in a way that was just an artistic expression, or you didn't interpret it at all. I mean, like, oh yeah, look, that happened. We choose whether something outrages us. We choose whether something offends us. And I feel like in our country today, we are choosing things that in the grand scheme of things don't really matter. They don't matter as much as the person living on the street or the person who doesn't have food. Those are the things that should outrage us. Those are the things where we should be putting our energy to addressing. To put that into an artistic expression of a painting, I don't know. I feel like the message that we are sending as Christians is that we're not focusing on the things that really matter. In the grand scheme of things, that doesn't matter. Christianity is not under attack. People are not trying to subvert who we are as people of faith. If we choose to interpret it that way, that's going to define our whole worldview moving forward. We're going to constantly be outraged and offended by things in the grand scheme of things don't really matter that much. And we're going to miss the bigger picture of the things that should be offending us and outraging us and spurring us to action. I think that's going to be a huge problem as we move forward in this election season too. So prayers for our country and those who have to preach on Sunday are very much appreciated. So my takeaway from this is, look, that artistic expression can be whatever we interpret it to be. And if you interpret it as a way that it outrages you or offends you, that's your choice. But I feel like there's a lot more things that deserve our time and attention and focus, and I hope we can put them there. And I hope we can remember these Olympic Games for what they truly represent. Man, as Christians, and I'm saying us, we've got to do better. Because what witness are we making in this world when we want to get mad about something like that and miss the bigger picture of who Christ has called us to be? I love the meme, and there are a bunch of them about this, that basically says Christ didn't call us to defend Christianity. He called us to feed the poor and take care of the destitute and serve the least of these. So let's not focus our energy on defending Christianity. Let's focus on doing the things that Christ called us to do in this world. If we do that, I think that's the witness that we want to make. That's the light we want to shine. God bless you, Crestwood.